Hello, I am Matthew Salas, and welcome back to another Pipedrive tutorial by iSales Solutions. So today we're going to be talking about just a general overview of Pipedrive. What is it, and how do you navigate around it? Right. So to begin, Pipedrive is a sales CRM. There are two main types of CRMs that you can see in the marketplace. You have marketing focused CRMs, sales focused CRMs, and sometimes you'll see a fusion of the two. Pipedrive would be a sales CRM. And in this case, actually, Pipedrive is an activity-based selling CRM. What that means is that Pipedrive puts the emphasis on the activities and the behaviors that he or she can control, right? Which is scheduling activities, completing them, following up with deals, and then letting the cards fall as they may in terms of being able to win or lose a deal, right? By focusing on the what you can control, you're able to more effectively use your time, win deals faster, and lose deals faster, i.e., get them unqualified leads out of the pipeline faster, so you can spend more time winning more sales. So with that out of the way, we understand what Pipedrive is. Let's talk a little bit about the benefits of a CRM. Right, so a sales CRM is great at organizing data, organizing and defining a repeatable sales process to take your clients through, and also for segmenting lists and tracking communications between you and the client. Sales systems like a CRM are also really good for team coordination and for reporting purposes as well, right? So if you're working with a team, sometimes there needs to be a handoff between team members. If you have a CRM like Pipedrive, it's really easy to be able to see what's happened with that client and what's been talked about, so that you can provide the best possible experience for that client moving forward. All right, so we've talked about Pipedrive as an activity-based selling CRM. I'm just going to briefly touch on the data structure. Now, we do have a whole separate video for this, so I just really want to just quickly mention that Pipedrive has four different record types broken down into two categories. The two categories would be contact records, which would be people and organizations, and opportunity records, which would be leads and deals. You can see them here on the left-hand side, leads right here, deals right here, and then the contact files are both records are both in this section here. So, again, if you want to learn more about the data structure and data flow in Pipedrive, we have a whole another video on that. Check it out on our channel. But with that out of the way, let's then talk about just how you can navigate Pipedrive and what's the most important thing to keep in mind. So I'm going to minimize my face a little bit there. All right, so now we can see a better view of the CRM itself. So you're gonna notice that the main navigation bar is on the left-hand sidebar right here in black, and has a number of different buttons here. Just so you see that there's a number next to each button. If you just type that on your computer, so leads is 1, if you just hit 1, it will automatically take you to the leads tab. If you hit 3, I'll automatically take you to your email. So that's one way to quickly navigate through Pipedrive. But let's talk about what these tabs actually mean. You have P, that's the symbol for Pipedrive, and whenever you click on it, it's going to take you back to the home screen or landing page, which is always going to be your pipeline view. Next tab down is the leads tab. Like I said, leads are uncontacted and or unqualified opportunities. This is where you're going to be doing kind of outbound sales prospecting, where you suspect that somebody might need your service, product or service, but you don't know that yet. You haven't had that qualifying conversation with them yet. Next tab down is the deals tab. This, like I said, by the very nature of the fact that it is kind of the home screen of Pipedrive, emphasizes the importance that this is where you can be spending a lot of your time. It gives you a great visual overview of where deals sit along your pipeline, and then you can also use this deal tab to segment deals in list view, and you can also switch between pipelines, which might represent different sales or project management processes. So we've talked about the first two tabs, which encompass all of the opportunity files in Pipedrive. The next tab that we have down is the Mail tab. So the Mail tab here is where you're able to sync your email with either pretty much any email, but the main ones are Gmail or Outlook or Microsoft Office, and you're able to either sync your entire email inbox or certain folders. And when you share, when you import your inbox, the inbox is only visible by you, but you have the opportunity here to say whether you want your emails by default to be private, so that if that email is related to a contact, other people can see it, or that would be public, right? And private would be only you can see it, even though you have access to your email in Pipedrive, no one else would be able to see that email. Next tab down here is the Activities tab. And in the Activities tab, what we're looking at here is just a list of your to-do or your action items, right? Now you're able to filter this list based on activity types, when the activities due, and also custom filters. And by default here, you see that the data comes in where the up top, you have the activities that are overdue in red. In the middle, you have activities in green that are due today. And at the bottom of the list, you have activities that are due sometime in the future in red. Now, one very important thing to keep in mind is not only can you see your activities in list view here, but you're also able to see activities on a calendar view. Your calendar, just like your email, can be synced with Pipedrive. That can be a one-way sync or a two-way sync. When you do that, that'll give you the opportunity to really see your day or your week at a glance. One other cool feature I do want to mention, I made a video about this a while ago, is that we do have this great, details view kind of panel here, so you can quickly see information related to activity. Just by clicking on it, and it pulls up this tab. You can see the activity itself. You can see the deal where the activity is embedded in, right? So you'd see that right here, and it helps you to really manage and quickly go through your activities list each day. So the next tab down after the Activities tab is the Contacts tab. Like I mentioned before, this encompasses two different record types, and these are the contact records. So you have individual people and you have organizations. Again, in the data structure video, you can see how you're able to relate people to organizations and to opportunity files. We're not going to cover that right now, but just know that that is possible. Next tab down is the Insights tab. This is where you're able to do your analytics, reports, and goals. Depending on the Pipedrive plan you have, you're able to have either one or multiple dashboards with up to 25 reports per dashboard. You can have independent reports as long as you have kind of space in your plan for it. And then you also have goals. Goals is where you can set up those important sales KPIs and sales metrics. So for example, if your each sales team member is expected to close 30 deals per month, you can set that goal at 30 and you can measure the progress against that goal. Those goals are also reports that can be added to the dashboard. Next tab down is the Products tab. This is where if you have a pretty set list of products or services that you offer, you can add them here. And when you create a deal, you can add the products to the deal. Now, one important thing to note is that not everyone uses products. You can just track that using deal custom fields as well. And the unique thing about the products tab is that's actually the only tab that you are able to hide from the sidebar section if you do not want to use it. That's done in the tools section of the settings, and we'll look at that later. All right, the final tab that we have here is the More section. It's just the three dots here, but it does have some pretty important options here. One, if you have questions, you can search the knowledge base. Two, if you want to download the Pipedrive mobile app for Google or iOS devices, you're able to do that. And then also, this is where you're able to make your way to the import data or export data section as well. A few other important things here, but that's what I wanted to point out. So we finished talking about the navigation on the left-hand side of the screen here. There are a couple other buttons and features that we do need to talk about. The search bar here, this is a universal search bar. You're able to search for deals, leads, people, contacts, organizations, and something that's new, as it's highlighted here, is activities as well. So this is really a really great way is if you're looking for a specific person, a specific deal, or anything like that, you can search for it really quickly. The other feature that's pretty useful here is being able to search for files. So let's say that you uploaded a file to a deal, you want to take a look at it again real quick. You can just start searching for its name, and that will pop up as well. You're able to see here that by default, you're looking at all search results, but you're able to filter your search results just by clicking on these different sections here. Next to the universal search bar is the quick add button. This is where you're able to add any of those type of records really quickly just from this section right here. Next here, this is where you're able to invite your team. Now we're over in the kind of right-hand corner section. Invite additional team members to your account. And then we have the sales assistant. I think this is something that is typically underutilized by a lot of Pipedrive users just because they don't pay attention to it. But if you manage this and customize it correctly, this can be something that can be very useful for you. So you're able to manage your notifications here, and this will allow you to say, okay, when do you want to get notified and how? You can get notified by email, and a lot of times you get notified by in-app kind of alerts that will pop up here, and then we'll also make this kind of light bulb yellow as well. So you can get notified about email tracking, activity reminders, updates to things that you follow, tips and tricks that Pipedrive will send you, comments and mentions. So when somebody mentions you in a comment or in a note, you can get alerted about that. And then when things are assigned to you as well. Next, this is also a very important tab that not a lot of people know about. While if you have more complex problems, I encourage you to reach out to a Pipedrive partner like myself and my company iSales Solutions. But if you have very basic questions about like how do you add a deal, or you think that there's like a technical bug in your account, you can search the database for stuff, but you can also hit chat with us, and you'll get a chance to first be routed through a chat bot, but it's really easy then to get in contact with a human, a helpful representative to help you kind of resolve your needs or your questions that you have. Finally, last button here we want to talk about is just your settings section. Here is where you can hit personal preferences. You're able to set up, add your name and personal preferences here. Connect your email to Pipedrive and connect your calendar to Pipedrive. If you're an admin, you'll also have access to tools and apps and workflow automation. All right, so that brings an end to this tutorial video on what is Pipedrive, and from a bird's eye view and how to navigate it. We also provide a lot more detailed, topic specific tutorial videos on our channel. So please check them out if you want to learn about more specific features and functionality of Pipedrive. Remember to like this video, leave a comment if you have any questions or anything like that, and also subscribe because we'll be putting out a lot of content. Right now, our content mostly focuses on Pipedrive tutorials. That will always be the core of our iSales Solutions YouTube channel, but we will also be expanding our offering to offer some, quick conversations with sales experts and marketing experts so that we can really support your business as best as possible. Thank you, and see you in the next tutorial.